What's happening in America right now is absolutely critical, and if you're not paying attention, you're missing the biggest shift in national security policy we've seen in decades. The Trump administration just launched a massive investigation into 55 million foreign nationals holding valid US visas, and let me tell you, this is not some routine paperwork check. If you're new here, I'm Andrew Meetrich. I used to work inside a state-run media outlet, saw how stories were twisted to fit the narrative, and I walked away. Now I'm independent, I speak freely, and I tell you what really matters. The State Department announced that every single visa holder is now under continuous review for any violations that could lead to document cancellation or immediate deportation. We're talking about overstaying permits, criminal activity, threats to public safety, involvement in criminal organizations, or supporting criminal groups. And here's what they're not saying out loud. They're going to scrutinize anyone who participated in anti-Trump protests or opposed his policies. President Trump himself declared that Washington has become a safe city again, thanks to National Guard and police actions. For the first time in years, the capital recorded 0 major crimes this week, and tourists are flooding back to the nation's capital. But here's the kicker. This is just the beginning of what's coming. Meanwhile, Secretary of State Marco Rubio met with European allies and delivered a message that should terrify Brussels. America will participate in Ukraine's security guarantees, but only in a limited role. Europe must take the lead. The Europeans predictably agreed, because what choice do they have? When they asked Trump for continued military intelligence and surveillance support, the president seemed understanding, but made no concrete promises. Translation, you're on your own. But the real bombshell came from Director of National Intelligence, Tulsi Gabbard. She's banned sharing intelligence about Russia-Ukraine negotiations with the Five Eyes alliance partners. Think about that for a second. The Five Eyes, one of the world's most powerful and secretive intelligence partnerships, includes the United States, Britain, Canada, Australia, and New Zealand. All analytical materials and data concerning the negotiations will be hidden from these longtime allies. This is an open display of distrust, most likely connected to British interference. London clearly doesn't want Trump's plan to succeed, and now they're being cut out of the intelligence loop. The only exception is publicly disclosed information, and even distribution within American structures is being restricted. If you're finding this analysis valuable, hit that like button and subscribe. Your support helps me stay independent and continue bringing you the truth they don't want you to hear. Consider becoming a channel sponsor if this kind of honest reporting matters to you. Now let's talk about what's happening in Germany, because it's a complete disaster. Another shocking incident struck the quiet residential area of Menden in North Rhine-Westphalia. A shooting left one man dead and another critically injured, airlifted to the hospital. The perpetrators escaped by car in an unknown direction, sparking a massive manhunt with police, rescue services, and helicopters in full deployment. The area is sealed off. Motives unknown. Could be a dispute, could be criminal gang warfare. We'll find out later, but here's the disturbing truth. These unacceptable incidents are happening more and more frequently in Germany. The authorities are telling residents to stay calm and not panic, but people aren't buying it anymore. The political temperature is rising fast. There's a heated debate about whether to ban the right-wing Alternative for Germany party. These calls are now coming from Friedrich Merz's Christian Democratic Union. Sascha van Beek declared, "Less talk, just do it." Merz's party believes banning AfD is a matter of time, and they can't endlessly debate when there are obvious signs of radicalism. They've proposed appointing an independent investigator to collect all evidence and prepare the legal framework for banning Alternative for Germany. This position differs from the more cautious approach of Interior Minister Alexander Dobrindt, who prefers to wait for judicial confirmation regarding the right-wing party's extremist status. But notice how the rhetoric is changing. Germany isn't leaving senior citizens alone either. This time, Marcel Fratzschek, president of the German Institute for Economic Research, stepped forward, possibly tasked with testing public opinion. Since mandatory military service is being considered again, elderly people should also contribute to society, help in the social sphere, participate in national defense, and share their experience, especially those who previously served in the Bundeswehr. The expert from the Economic Research Institute insists that both older and younger German citizens should work together equally for Germany's future. But here's something nobody expected from Germany, something that was hard to imagine before. Mercedes is considering using BMW engines due to a shortage of their own motors. Mercedes faces a serious problem: lack of hybrid engines. The company first explored close cooperation with Chinese Geely, but abandoned this for political reasons. Now the manufacturer plans to purchase four-cylinder engines from BMW and soon diesel units and other components. Everything is changing rapidly. Germany is extremely concerned about the doctor shortage, and refugees with medical diplomas aren't solving the growing problems. The country currently has about 5,000 vacant positions for general practitioners, with the situation particularly difficult in rural areas. It's only going to get worse in the coming years because almost every fourth German doctor, more than 100,000 specialists, is over 60 years old. Training replacements for retiring doctors takes years, and there are difficulties with that too. Medical universities don't have enough places. In the winter semester of 2024 to 2025, German universities enrolled about 10,000 first-year students, while around 20,000 were rejected, not only due to high admission requirements, but because of insufficient places. Experts believe the problem could be solved with at least 5,000 additional study places, but increasing their number might be problematic. According to the Federal Statistical Office, current expenses per student exceed €25,000 annually. They're considering a positive but not decisive factor: the influx of refugees with medical education. About 6,000 people from Syria are already working as doctors, primarily in hospitals. According to German media, after the war in Ukraine began, about 1,600 medical professionals arrived in Germany. 187 of them managed to confirm their qualifications and are already authorized to practice. But the problem isn't solved. They're not hiding that. What does all this tell us? We're watching the complete transformation of the Western alliance structure. America is pulling back from global commitments, while European nations scramble to fill the void. Germany faces internal security crises, political upheaval, and infrastructure collapse. The old order is crumbling before our eyes. Drop your thoughts in the comments about everything happening and what I've shared today. What do you think about Trump's visa crackdown? Are we seeing the end of the Atlantic Partnership as we know it? Your perspective matters, and I read every comment. People often ask me in the comments, who am I to talk about politics and break down the news like this? Fair question. Let me tell you, I didn't set out to be in media. I stumbled into it, honestly. Years ago, I started behind the scenes editing, scripting, helping others shape their message. And at first, it felt like we were doing something real, something important. But the deeper I got, the more I saw how things actually work. The quiet phone calls, the approved narratives, the stories we were told to reframe or just kill entirely. It's not just bias, it's manipulation, polished, intentional, and constant. I watched talented journalists burn out or sell out, and I had to make a choice: stay in and play the game or step out and speak freely. I chose the second, not because I'm brave or special, but because I couldn't look at myself in the mirror anymore. Now, freedom of speech means something different to me. It's not about shouting louder than the rest. It's about saying what you really believe, even if it costs you, especially if it costs you. And if my voice shakes sometimes, good. It means I'm not reading a script. I'm just telling you the truth as I see it. If that resonates with you, if you value raw honesty over polished lies, then do me a favor, like this video, drop a comment, and subscribe. It genuinely helps this channel grow and keeps the conversation going.